This is terracotta. You probably think terracotta when you're thinking of flower pots. If you come in a little bit closer, if you can see handprints on the inside here. So the outside's got the decoration, the inside has these handprints. Ugh. The clay is pressed into the mold, so somebody would have physically done some final pressing to get it really in here. So we are going to be going outside and around the corner. This building was built in 1910 and is the only one that remains from a multi-block development, which is the original site of the University of Washington. So the base of this building is clad in terracotta, and then we have a very heavily ornamented upper structure on this building. So we're going to head out down the street here. That's the Seattle Tower. It was built in 1929, 27 stories. Styling is Art Deco. Discoveries were being made in Egypt that brought some Egyptian motifs to design. With Art Deco, you're getting a much cleaner, more sparse sort of a look by comparison. It is also a City of Seattle landmark and on the National Registry of Historic Places. It was originally known as the Northern Life Tower. Northern Life was a Seattle-based insurance company, and the idea was to have a very solid-looking building that would make you think very solid thoughts about the insurance company. One little thing that's not on the tour, but I can't not point out, we're looking at a clock right here. That little bump on the clock, do you see what that little bump is? That's a mouse, yes. So what we're looking at here is a metal ornament from the SAVOY Hotel, which isn't here anymore. SAVOY Hotel was built in 1906, and it was taken down in 1986. This Brooklyn building right here is from 1890, and it's an example of Richardsonian Romanesque architecture. Okay, we're going to go down a couple blocks now, and we'll stop at the Henry M. Jackson Federal Office Building. 37 stories, 854,000 square feet. This was built in 1974. When the federal building was built, they took down a building called the Burke Building. You've probably heard of the Burke-Gilman Trail or the Burke Museum. Burke was a very prominent judge and businessman back in the late 1800s. And this is a Romanesque arch. Kind of reminds us of the 11th and 12th century French, Spanish, and Italian Romanesque characteristics. The Exchange building is spectacular. The stained glass windows right above the door look really pretty dull, but if you're on the inside, they're very colorful because of the outside light shining through. This is classic Art Deco with stylized sheaves of wheat designed specifically for the purpose of this building. So this was built in 1929. It was renovated in 2002. It's 23 stories tall. It was the second tallest reinforced concrete structure in the United States at the time of its completion. Okay, so you're looking at the Smith Tower. Built in 1914. Style is neoclassical, and it's a designated City of Seattle landmark. It was advertised as absolutely fireproof. The original building owner was Lyman Cornelius Smith. He was the Smith and Smith Corona typewriters. When it was completed, it was the fourth tallest building in the world and the tallest outside of New York City. So we're going to go into the lobby and start our trip up.
Hello everyone, are you all with the tour group? My name is Stephen Willis. I am your host here in the Chinese room in L.C. Smith Tower. You are here in the Chinese room, which obviously got its name from the ceiling and furnishings that you see about you here, all of which, legend says, were a gift of the last Empress of China. The ceiling is truly the gem of our collection. We believe it to be the only one of its kind in the Western Hemisphere. It is made out of teak, brass, and porcelain.
This tour takes about 2 hours from start to finish. Seattle Architecture Foundation offers tours almost every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, year-round. We offer about a dozen tours, many of which are downtown Seattle, but some are from more neighborhoods around Seattle. It's a great way to learn about Seattle's history, architecture, and it's a way to really see things you've been looking at throughout the years.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattlechannel.org.